Let's now turn our attention to the clear winter woman of style. If you happen to be the ice queens of the winter color season and palette, that of the clear winter woman of style, you, my dear, will look equally fabulous wearing the clearest colors from the clear spring color palette. Now, I know what you are probably thinking. Tanya, isn't clear spring a warm and bright color season and palette? Yes, you are correct. Good job. But remember, when it comes to determining your flow color palette and color season, you first and foremost should consider the main or dominant physical characteristic that is shared between the two seasons, and that would be clear winter and clear spring's gorgeous, piercing, clear, bright eyes, as well as your translucent skin quality. The obvious default difference is that the clear winter woman of style presents as having cool blue-based undertones, and the clear spring woman of style presents as having warm yellow undertones. Likewise, if you have discovered through process of elimination that you are in fact a clear spring woman of style, the very same principle applies to you as well. Because your dominant physical trait, aside from the fact that you are a warm color season, are your gorgeous, clear, and bright eyes, you too can easily borrow a key selection of colors from the clear winter color palette. Pretty awesome, right? Let's check out some examples. Here we have the lovely and stunning Salita Ebanks, who, when I first researched her signature color branding imprint, I thought was a clear spring. But taking a closer look at her clear and bright skin coloring, I then realized she is a blend between a clear winter and clear spring color season. Yes, although her dominant skin undertone is cool and bright, which places her within the clear winter color season and palette, she also has gorgeous, clear, bright eyes that will allow her to borrow a few key colors of the clear spring colors effortlessly, and they include clear mountain blue, hot pink, clear Chinese blue, clear true red, pink pearl, Jolly Rancher purple, and clear emerald green. Here we have the stunning Salita Ebanks, who is a clear winter woman of style, also known as, I like to refer to them as the ice queens from the extended subcategories of the winter color season and color palette. If you watched my analysis of the clear winter woman of style, and if you haven't, I highly suggest that you go and start with that particular video and then come back and watch this particular bonus video on flow seasons, as it will make a whole lot more sense as to why a clear winter can flow into the clear spring color palette. However, with that said, you'll recall that women who present as clear winters have the highest contrast in their coloring. They appear vivid, dynamic, and intense. Their eyes, hair, and natural skin undertone present as quite cool. As I have stated throughout this mini color branding series, when in doubt, closely observe your eyes and how they react to the colors you are experimenting with. However, although your eyes are key, you should also pay very close attention to your hair, your skin, and even freckles or beauty marks. How are they presenting? Are they presenting as warm, cool, or neutral? So why is it that Salita can effortlessly flow into the clear spring color palette? It's because of two main visual characteristics that I look for as well. Salita stuns in this clear spring periwinkle and Egyptian blue beaded evening gown. Definitely one of her power colors that she wears with such confidence and elegance. Next, Salita looks
flawless wearing Clear Spring's champagne gold. If you haven't watched my bonus videos on choosing your best gold or silver metallic accessory, I highly encourage you to check those out as well. They highlight why certain silver and gold accessories or accents look better when worn with certain color seasons and palettes. I've linked to those videos within this video and also in the comments below. This version of champagne gold works beautifully with Selita's bright clear coloring and beautifully enhances her eyes. Moving along, Selita also looks quite beautiful wearing Clear Spring's apple green. It's just the right type of green from the Clear Spring color palette. Lastly, Selita looks decadent and regal wearing Clear Spring's jeweled orchid, ruby red, and silk salmon pinks. As an image consultant, I would say these are her statement colors, which, like her power colors, your statement colors can be worn for special events and occasions such as weddings, red carpet affairs, and other high society social events you may attend from time to time. Now, here's yet another side note for you. Take a moment to observe Selita's photos with minimal makeup. Her skin looks translucent and clear. Now look at her eyes. Her eyes match the translucency of her skin, almost appearing as if they are marbles, as I just stated before. Lastly, I'm not sure if you can see it from your side of the screen, but I did a close-up on Selita's freckles, and I do it for all of my virtual and in-person clients, and they appear slightly neutral, but lean more towards cool, which also indicates to me that she is in fact a lovely blend of both clear winter and clear spring. So she can easily balance both color seasons and color palettes. She just has to be very specific as to which colors she's borrowing from the Clear Spring color palette. Now let's look at a firecracker, Clear Spring woman of style, actress Heather Graham.
Similarly, if you happen to be a Clear Spring woman of style, such as the stunning Heather Graham, who is opposite of Selita Ebanks, the same process of elimination applies to you as well. Although Heather presents as a warm season, her dominant traits are her bright, clear eyes and translucent skin quality. As such, you too can effortlessly wear the clearest colors from the Clear Winter color palette. Remember, when you are deciding what your flow color branding palette will be, look at the shared physical characteristics between the two color seasons and palettes. Do they apply to your dominant physical traits equally? Please don't try to force yourself into a flow color season and palette just because you want to wear a specific group of colors. If it does not match your dominant coloring, skip to the next choice. I promise you will never regret taking the time now within this course to create a captivating and memorable color branding imprint that is unique to the essence of who you are. This too is a process of elimination that you will no doubt figure out and nail once you get the hang of discerning the key visual traits of your signature color season and palette. Let's check out a few key colors from the Clear Winter color palette that a Clear Spring woman of style such as Heather and maybe even yourself can effortlessly get away with, and they include Fire Engine Red, Electrifying Pink, Bright Clear Turquoise, Hyacinth, Lemon Yellow, Clear Chinese Blue, Light Peachy Cream, and Arctic Purple.
Let's discuss the lovely Heather Graham. Heather is a quintessential Clear Spring woman of style. She has bright clear blue eyes, translucent clear peachy skin coloring, and natural sandy brown blonde hair that she occasionally experiments with, turning it strawberry blonde, which I absolutely love on her. If you watched the Clear Spring color analysis I did for Heather, you'll recall that Clear Springs, much like Clear Winters, present the highest contrast between their hair, eyes, and natural skin coloring among the subcategories of the spring women of style. Similar to the clear winter women of style, clear spring women of style have gorgeous eyes that sparkle from across any room. You cannot miss a clear spring woman of style whose eyes light up when she's wearing her signature color palette. They can also be intense and marbled in appearance, especially when wearing, as I just mentioned, their power or accent colors. Their hair typically presents as quite light, or if they are a rare, clear spring woman of style, their hair can present as medium to light brown and is quite shiny in its appearance. So again, if you haven't watched the Clear Spring Woman of Style analysis that I did, please do take a moment after this video and hop on over to that analysis and check it out, because once you get an understanding for your signature color season and color palette, as I have been saying from day one of this mini color branding series, it just helps you to create a personal brand that matches your essence, that matches your imprint as a, dare I say, Renaissance woman of style. So the only difference is that clear winters present as cool and icy when wearing their signature color palette, while clear spring women of style appear quite warm and come to life like firecrackers when wearing their power and accent colors because of the clarity and translucency of their warm coloring. The key to wearing the clear winter color palette as your flow or sister color season is to borrow intense jewel tone colors from the clear winter palette to enhance your clear, warm spring firecracker energy. Heather looks so vibrant and energized wearing Clear Winter's Island Turquoise matched with a crisp white skinny belt to add definition and shape to this one-piece shorts outfit. Look at her eyes. They sparkle and pop in this lovely ensemble. Next, Heather looks quite elegant wearing Clear Winter's version of bright silver. Again, if you haven't checked out my recent bonus videos on choosing the correct gold or silver metallic accessory and accent for your color season and palette, it's a must watch to get a fuller understanding of how to incorporate silver or gold into your wardrobe for an elevated signature style unique to you. Heather looks polished and elegant in this version of Clear Winter's Silver. Heather comes to life in Clear Winter's Crimson Red. I absolutely love this version of Crimson Red on her. Notice that this version of Crimson Red from the Clear Winter color palette is blue based and not as warm as the Clear Spring Ruby Red Salita is wearing in the first section of this video. I absolutely love Clear Winter's hyacinth color on Heather. It looks quite beautiful and calming on her, and the intensity of this color contrasts beautifully against Heather's gorgeous blue eyes. Lastly, Heather looks polished and elegant wearing Clear Winter's alpine green and blueberry pink. And if you notice, Heather is wearing the color isn't fighting to wear Heather. So here's another famous side note for you. When wearing the correct color palette, you'll notice that there is an easy flow from the top of your hair all the way down to your shoes that harmonizes beautifully with the essence of who you are, or should harmonize beautifully with the essence of who you are. Your signature color palette should look as though it's not fighting with you for attention. Everything should just harmonize and flow beautifully with your presence. Another thing that I want you to take note of and observe closely is the photo of Heather wearing minimal makeup. Take a look at the photo. What are you immediately drawn to? It's her eyes. Clear spring eyes pop their sparkle, and they draw attention in the right signature color palette. Now, if you take a look at her hair isn't the greatest in this particular photo, but as you can see, Heather's hair looks really light and warm with a mixture of strawberry blonde and some blonde stresses in between. And her skin coloring appears quite peachy, but it also has a translucent, light, clear presence to it rather than a clear, warm spring woman of style, a true warm spring woman of style. She will just appear peachy in appearance. She'll have a little bit of a fine texture to her overall skin presentation, but she will not be as clear, bright, and translucent in her peachy coloring because she's a little bit more textured. She's a little bit more richer in the warmth of the spring color season and color palette. Up next, we'll look at the flow seasons of soft autumn women of style who can effortlessly flow into the soft summer color palette and vice versa.